Hey guys, Youngblood with you for the follow-up video on that versus situation I gave you with racers in combat. Now, there were some pretty good responses in the comments, and I think this really could go a couple of ways. Vampire Film Production had an interesting take saying that the M50 and the 350 are both going to target each other because they're both considered the biggest threats to each other, with the 350 coming out on top. Now, I think that's a pretty likely scenario, and I think in all actuality and likelihood, that's probably what most pilots would do, but I actually saw this just a little bit differently, and here's why. Any ship left unattended can be a pest, or can really get you killed if you're not giving it the attention that it needs. Now, while I don't think the Gamma is likely to win this fight, considering it's the slowest of the group and it doesn't have the firepower, it isn't going to be left in the dust by either ship trying to flee from it either. So I think if I was the 350 pilot here, I would probably engage that Mustang first. And that may seem a little bit crazy considering the M50 is a bigger threat, but I think with the 350's stronger shields, the better speed, the heavier firepower, all as pointed out by iKill4Skill, means that it has the survivability to take out the Gamma without having too many negative consequences coming from that M50. Now, from that point, it's a one-on-one fight with the M50 and the 350R. The M50 is a hard little bugger to hit. You know, it's fast, it's maneuverable, it accelerates on a dime, well, turning on a dime. It accelerates quickly, but the 350R is bringing Omniskies to the fight. And while having the speed to keep up, I don't think the M50 is going to really last. It's got too much fragility to it to really withstand too many barrages from those Omniskies. So, with equal skill considered, I don't really see a scenario where the Gamma wins this fight, unless the 350R and the M50 are duking it out, and it comes in and kind of vultures those two kills because it was considered a non-threat. About the only time I really see the M50 winning this fight is if it comes to asteroid fields. You know, if it can use that maneuverability and really stay in a good position, then I think it's got a pretty decent shot. But the bottom line for me, at least, is that the speed doesn't really have enough difference here between them all to play a huge factor. But the better shields and weaponry on the 350, all while being a bigger target, you know, kind of gives it the advantage every time in my mind. So overall, the Gamma seems to be a little bit more locked into its racer role, or it could maybe potentially be a decent scout. But both the M50 and the 350 are really viable combat options, especially with the 350R, you know, being able to catch anything at once, or really be able to run from anything that it wants, outside of another 350. So the moral of the story is, don't shy away from racers just because of that label. They have plenty of value in other roles, and for those of you that have been playing Arena Commander, you know that that 350 is a real pain to fight. So that's it for now. If you all feel differently about how this would play out, let me know in the comments. Otherwise, stay tuned for more, and have yourselves a great weekend, everybody. Take care.